In this video, I'm going to talk about the must-haves to get you through the first trimester of pregnancy. It's what I tell my patients about and what got me through all 4 of my own pregnancies as well. Look, I know that this is a big package of mixed emotions right now. I mean, you're going to have a baby and that's huge. And you might feel excited, nervous, emotional, scared, joyful. And these feelings can switch around frequently during the day. Or you can feel all of it at the same time and it's totally normal. You may also be feeling some physical symptom as well. Morning sickness, you have to get up and pee frequently, restless nights, tender breasts, all of which can make you feel not well during your first few months. But never fear, I'm going to help you out with a list of things that you'll need to help you through your first trimester and beyond. But first, I'm Diana. I'm a physician assistant and I specialize in women's health and gynecology. Welcome to In the Pink. And if you're new here, In the Pink means in good health and spirit. So if you like being healthy and happy, click subscribe because you are in the right place. So let's jump right in now. Let me just say, this is not a luxury list of must-haves, meaning I didn't include things like weekly massages, home chefs, and expensive maternity clothes, stuff like that. These are my no-nonsense things that really help you get through these first few months. I will link to everything I mentioned here in the video in the description down below to make it easier for you to find these things. Definitely check them out and pick out whatever you think is going to help you out. So first off, a water bottle. Staying hydrated is so important now, and as you get further along. You are urinating more often during your first trimester, so you need to replace the fluids that you are losing. As you get further into your pregnancy, dehydration can cause Braxton Hicks contractions, so really focus on staying hydrated. Number 2, I want to talk about a few things that can help you with morning sickness. Now, not everyone deals with morning sickness, but most will. Up to 85% of women will, and you'll want some ways to help ease the quease. Even if you aren't throwing up, the constant nausea can gnaw at you all day. And for the record, for most women, you don't experience morning sickness just in the morning. It's like all day and all night. So let's talk about how to help with that. First off, stay well hydrated. We've already talked about that. Get a water bottle. Peppermints are a really nice way to take the edge off. Also, ginger herbal teas are great for nausea, as well as ginger chews. Also, check out Pregnancy Pops Drops Plus. You can get them on Amazon. Just make sure to get the Plus, not just the original Preggy Pops Drops. They actually have an ingredient that OBs recommend to help with morning sickness called vitamin B6, and studies have confirmed that it can help with morning sickness. Now, the next 2 that I'm going to mention, I want you to bring up with your OB first before taking them to make sure that they are okay with you taking them. They are both over-the-counter supplements and both have been proven to be safe and effective for morning sickness. And they are vitamin B6 and Unisom. Now be careful when picking out Unisom because there are 2 different kinds, the same brand name, but different generics. So make sure you read the label carefully. You don't want the Unisom with the generic name diphenhydramine. Now that's Benadryl. You want the generic name to be doxylamine, and there's a big difference. And you can get a prescription of them combined together, or you can just buy them separately at the pharmacy. They both work well on their own, but together they work more than twice as well. But again, check with your OB before you take them. Now, I talk a lot more about morning sickness in my pregnancy series, where each video I talk about each week of pregnancy all the way up to week 41, and then in the postpartum time. So definitely check that series out, and I'm going to link to that right above here. Number 3, prenatal vitamins. Now this is a must. It is so important for your baby's health, and your baby needs certain nutrients that the prenatal vitamin has, including something called folic acid, which helps to prevent a spinal disorder called spina bifida. It also helps you to have the right vitamins that you need to get through this pregnancy. So you can get a prescription from your OB or you can buy it over the counter, whatever works for you. Number 4, pads. Okay, so most women at some point during their pregnancy have leaks. So early on it can be to increase urination and urgency, but as you get further along, your enlarging uterus can put pressure on your bladder, and with that extra pressure you can have a little urinary leakage, and then you just throw in a cough or a sneeze and it's like all over. Consider wearing a pad or a light panty liner if this is an issue for you. Number 5, pick yourself up a supportive pair of slip-on shoes. Now I can't emphasize this one enough, and a good pair of shoes can take you through your entire pregnancy and after, and here's why. The further along you get, the harder it is to bend over and put your shoes on, and in the 3rd trimester, just forget about even seeing your feet, let alone reaching them to tie your shoes. Then think about after you're pregnant. and you're gonna be carrying a car seat in one hand and a diaper bag in the other hand, or maybe you're holding another child's hand, but whichever it is, you don't wanna be bothered with shoelaces. And I have tried many slip-ons, and I've even tried the method where you like tie your tennis shoelaces exactly the right tightness, where it's loose enough that you can just slip your feet right in, but then it's too loose when you're walking in it. Anyways, that doesn't really work, but I have finally found the perfect shoe. They're supportive and they're made to not need to tie your shoelaces. I had my baby a year ago and they are still my favorite pair of shoes. I'm gonna link to them in the video description down below. Definitely check them out. Believe me, I absolutely love mine. Number 6, a good bra. So some of the earlier symptoms of pregnancy are enlarging and tender breasts, and they're gonna remain bigger for your whole pregnancy. And then if you decide you wanna breastfeed after the baby comes, they're gonna continue to be bigger until you stop nursing. So it's best to just go ahead and get some new bras to fit your new fuller bust size. And if you are planning on nursing, choose bras that are both supportive for your pregnancy and that are also nursing bras. That way you can use them not only through your pregnancy, but then after the baby is here as well. On that same note, get pregnancy underwear. I fought this one for a long time. I thought my underwear would be like stretchy enough. I was wrong. Eventually, one day my underwear was digging into my abdomen and my legs, and I actually just grabbed a pair of scissors, and this is what the underwear looks like now. And even with that, they were still uncomfortable, and now they wouldn't hold up properly. So look, you're gonna be plenty uncomfortable throughout the pregnancy. Don't let tight or poor fitting underwear and bras add to that. Trust me on this one. Number 8, a maternity wrap. So in the first trimester, you're transitioning from regular pants to maternity pants. When that happens varies. Some women don't have to start wearing maternity pants till they are well into their second trimester, especially if this is their first pregnancy. And other women have to switch into the maternity pants like the first week that they find out they're pregnant. But there's also kind of an in-between phase where maternity pants are just too big, but you still can't comfortably fit into pre-pregnancy pants anymore. This is where these maternity belts come in handy. They help to fill the in-between phase. You can put them over your unbuttoned pants, and then they help to hold up your pants, and they hide the unbuttoned part, and they keep your belly covered up when your tummy makes your shirt come up a little bit. The other nice thing is you can use them after the baby has come, when you're dropping the weight and the swelling. I had a couple with my pregnancies, and they're versatile, they're comfy. I highly recommend having a few of those. Now, a lot of you are gonna ask me about stretch marks. What about stretch marks? How do I prevent them? From a medical standpoint, there isn't really any cream or lotion that has been proven to effectively and absolutely prevent stretch marks. Whether or not you get stretch marks really is up to your genetics. Is your skin a little bit more stretchy or not so much? And there's a few ways that you can know. First off, check with your mom or your grandma or your sisters who have already had pregnancies. Did they get stretch marks? If they did, chances are you might too. And if they didn't, hey, who knows? Maybe you won't either. Another way to tell is if you already have stretch marks, maybe from a puberty growth spurt, or sometimes teenagers get them in their thighs or in their breasts. So if you already have stretch marks from before, you may be more likely to get them with your pregnancy. That being said, there are some ingredients that have limited data that supports the idea that maybe they could help to prevent stretch marks. Do you see how I'm not being very definite on it? Because we're not sure, but it's not gonna hurt anything. So I'm gonna link to a few in the video description down below. I mean, one good thing about using creams as your tummy gets bigger is it does help with moisturizing your skin and keeping it from getting dry and itchy. So it will definitely help with that. If whether or not it's gonna help with stretch mark prevention, but it's not gonna hurt. Okay guys, so that's it. So this list isn't exhaustive. There are a lot of little things that you might choose to pick up to make your pregnancy easier. And if you think I missed something that has made your pregnancy a little bit more comfortable, share that in the comment section below. It will help other viewers too. And I don't know, maybe I'll make a part 2 video filled with all of your great ideas. And hey, if you know someone who is pregnant and think that this video will help them, share it with them, and remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Now, assuming that you are in your first trimester, I will link right here to my first trimester playlist where I go over each week of pregnancy starting at week 4. So click on that playlist right here and I will see you over there.